can you tell me how your off season kind of went, and talk a little bit about your success at the South Beach Amateur?
Yeah, my off season, and I think a lot of us guys had a good off season. We each played at least one tournament over the winter. I went down to Miami, Florida, and played the South Beach, which was a good field. I didn't finish off the way that I wanted to, but nonetheless, good experience leading up into the spring.
Absolutely. So as it's your last semester at Miami here, can you tell me what you're most looking forward to for the upcoming season?
Yeah, I know it's sad. It's fifth and final year. Most looking forward to just trying to build it together and win a MAC championship. I'm kind of preaching to the guys, be process oriented. It's easy to be like, hey, one goal, win the MAC championship. But if we can just, and like Coach will probably say in a minute, just one foot in front of the other, 1% better every day, we'll have a good shot. So just enjoying the moment and being there for the team.
Absolutely. So I know you just talked about that MAC championship. Specifically as an upperclassman and as the captain, can you tell me how you're leading your teammates towards that goal?
Yeah, just treating it like another tournament. I mean, we've had ups and downs throughout the fall, and we will this spring, and knowing that and just facing those obstacles as they come, and just being there for the guys as a fifth year, as the captain, knowing that, hey, there's going to be days that stink, days that will be awesome, and just putting it all into perspective that way.
Absolutely. And then looking at the upcoming Border Olympics, I know you played in that event last year.
Yeah.
Can you tell me what you're changing up this year, just knowing the course and having been there before?
Yeah, we struggled last year. I think just adjusting, it's going to be our first, granted, we've done a good job this year already getting outside on training trips. We just got back from Tennessee last night. Realizing that par is a really good score. It's kind of a little bit of a janky golf course. So playing for par and yeah, just accepting that challenge.
So to start out, could you just tell me a little bit about what your fall slate was like and how that went, and what players stood out to you, and then in turn talk to me a little bit about your upcoming spring schedule?
Yeah, so the fall schedule, we had Hawaii on the schedule there, which actually you have no competition days for Hawaii. Those are exempt, so it allowed us to play a longer schedule. So we played 6 events, which was really heavy, but I think we have a lot of guys that love to compete. We went to Upper Peninsula, Michigan, Minnesota, Hawaii, Indiana. So we went all over the place, played a lot of Power 5 events. Guys kind of got their game exposed to the best teams in the country, best venues in the country. It's probably one of the better fall schedules we've played in a while. Yeah, and then as far as spring goes, we'll start, as Danny said, in the Border Olympics down in Laredo, Texas. And then from there, we'll go to Mid-Pines. We'll go to Sweetens Cove, where we host. We'll go to the Calusa Cup, which is another premier event. That'll be Florida, Georgia Tech. Then we'll go to Highland Meadows, co-host with Bowling Green. Then we always finish out at Ohio State and then Max. So really looking forward to it.
So in terms of preparing for those events, how has your first week of practice gone here?
Yeah, so we were able to get south this past weekend. Guys had a scorecard in their hand. They were competing, which was great to see. Because it's always different when you go from hitting into a net to now you got a scorecard in your hand. It's always different. So we got a lot of golf in this past weekend, which was great. Got our lineup set for Laredo as well too. So we're going to be able to really focus these 5 guys these next 2 weeks and get properly prepared. We learned a lot from last year. Short game was like definitely something that stuck out as far as stats goes and strokes gained. So we'll be focusing on that as a major key for that tournament. But I really like where the guys are at. I think we have 8 or 9 guys that could probably be in the top 5 right now, which is great to see. And we have some individual events this spring as well too, so we'll see a lot of guys compete before March 1st, which is great, and we'll kind of go from there.
And then can you tell me a little bit more about how the field's looking for that event at Laredo?
Yeah, so top heavy, there's Michigan's there who's having a really good fall. Illinois State's having a really good fall. Another Power 5 is Houston, bunch of Texas schools. So a lot of schools that have already had reps down there. But I think we'll be ready to go with the good weather we're having here, and excited to see what we can do.
Awesome. And then just tell me a little bit what your expectations are for your group this season.
Yeah, I mean, MAC championship. So this past fall, we went 9-2 in the MAC. Some particular individuals that played really well was Danny Fisher, Morgan Blythe as a freshman, 4 top 25s, I believe. Michael Weber turned it on towards the end of the fall last year. It was 1 shot off a program individual scoring record. Shot 64 at Kapolei in Hawaii. Cameron Perro is always solid. Matt Matty always been a great transfer who came in and has made an impact right away as well too. So those 5 guys right now are looking really solid and excited to see what they can do.